adjust this right from the beginning. How's that?
Let's see if not
Is that
going
better?
here on mine.
Is it live? It says we're live. Well, I want to say hey to everybody. I'm Bonnie Barker, and this is a noisy computer. Hold on. This is my daughter Becky, and we are broadcasting from a different location in South Carolina. Different location of the house. Um, our administrator Hannah is a little bit under the weather, but she's in a different room, but she's still helping with us. And Esther, hey Esther, it's good to have you helping us. And so I don't know if many of you may not have met. A lot of people are new; they may not know who you are. But
I'm Becky.
This is Becky.
I used to do this a lot.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
Yeah. So we're glad to have her here with us, and Hannah joining us as well. Thank you, sweetheart. Well, happy New Year. Wanted to wish you all an early Happy New Year. Hope everybody has something nice and fun and safe planned. Let me go ahead and start out. I just want to say hey to some folks who've been waiting here a long time. Alana says Happy New Year, and to Bonnie Barker and family and our band of crocheters. She says she ordered the Stanwood ball winder direct from the company. Can't wait to get it. Yay! We talked about ball winders and swifts and so forth last week. And if any of you are interested in what I use personally, I have the links in the video description below. I've been very happy with what I have. I really think you're going to like that one, Alana. We have Melinda from Colorado. Oh dear. She says, please pray for the fires that have happened here and all the homes lost yesterday in Boulder County. It's been devastating. Oh, that is so heartbreaking, Melinda. Back in 2000, I think it was 2014, I was in Boulder doing some work with Interweave, and it just is heartbreaking for me to hear about this because I'm going to be visiting the same area, if all things go well, in April. So I really hope you guys are okay. I still need to contact a friend of mine there, but I wanted to wait until, because of the time difference, wanted to wait until later. Didn't want to wake my friend Brenda up at 5 in the morning or something to check on her. But we will be praying for you guys out there in Colorado. Do stay safe, and I just hope that gets, I know they're expecting snow, so hopefully that will, a very heavy snowfall is expected, so hopefully that will keep that from getting any worse than it already is. We have Wanda Gordon, and she says, spending some time with my daughter today. Just wanted to say Happy New Year and God bless everyone. That is real kind of you, Wanda. And Jacqueline says, hello from a chilly Los Angeles. It finally stopped raining. Praying for those who lost homes in Colorado. How kind, Jacqueline. Thank you. And Love to Craft. She's hoping to catch part of the live today. She's got to run some errands. Thank you for your well wishes. I hope you have a wonderful year. And Vanessa, if I'm saying that right, from Vermont. That's a beautiful name, if I'm pronouncing it right. But we have Brett's mom in the chat. Thank you for your sweet comment there. And Pat Dancer, and Angie. Oh yeah, thank you, Linda. She's said, don't forget to hit that like button if you can. That would be great. And let's see, we have Leon in the chat. Thank you from the Isle of Wight. Just love that. I really want to go there. I want to go anywhere. You know what I mean. Just get out of wherever we've been. And I actually am going to be hitting the road pretty soon, but I'll be back home. I hope. And we have Marilyn from Kansas, and Diane. She says, hello, first time here.
Ooh.
And everything just jumped. Hold on a second. Where is that? Oh, wow. Hold on a second. Where was I? Pardon me, guys. Okay, here it is. First time here. Excited to find out what the hoopla is about. Diane, well, I hope you're not too disappointed. Just for the record, if anybody's new here, we don't show a lot of techniques or anything up close. We just have a little visit, a chat. I'm going to show you a couple Christmas presents that I got. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2022. and just have a short little visit. If you're looking for techniques of either crochet or some beginning knitting, we have hundreds, literally hundreds of videos on the channel if you want to check that out. But we do have some giveaways coming soon. So stick with me. I'll give you some instructions on that in just a little bit. Well, let me go ahead and segue to that. We right before 2021 ends, we have already hit a very huge milestone for the Bonnie Bay Crochet channel. It's something that I never really dreamed of. I never thought we'd even get to 100 because honestly, when I started the channel, I was not even intending to monetize or do any of that. It was simply a way for people who purchased my two little leaflets with Leisure Arts to go online and learn how to do the stitches that I use, because a lot of the stitches that I use are not as common from as they are, as other stitches are. They're not. They go a little bit beyond the basic. Well, more than a little bit beyond the basics, but yet still utilizing those fundamental stitches. So I got on just thinking, well, I'm just going to try to put this here so people can go online and look for additional help. Hopefully they'll find it and they'll be able to watch the videos. And then a group online asked me to do the Aaron Hart's throw for them because they wanted to see that done as a tutorial. So, and if you look at those, if they look a little, what would you say, basic? What's another word? I look a little green at doing this is because that was my first attempt to do an entire tutorial. So, but anyway, from that, the channel started to grow a little bit. And then just over time, we hit the 100,000. Well, as of this past week, we hit 200,000.
Woo!
But that's a huge number. I mean, that's like, I think back on my days, march in the marching band at the University of South Carolina, yeah, back in the 80s. And we would often march at our home stadium at Williams-Brice Stadium, which would hold up to, I think at the time it was up to like around 89,000 fans. And so that's like, if you think of that, that's more than two Williams-Brice stadiums full of fans. I mean, to me, that's amazing. And I know that it is a little different than going to a football game. Probably not as exciting to watch crochet as it is to watch football, although the two can be combined rather well. But anyway, we are going to celebrate, and let me just go ahead and tell you what I'm going to do with that, so you don't have to, wait around. I'm not one of those folks that's going to stretch this out and make you watch me for 45 minutes before I tell you. I mean, sometimes that's the way it turns out, but that's not the way it's planned. So I have 10 books to give away. And of the 3 that are behind me, let me go ahead and show you these. Okay. And this is what I have. I have Cable Crochet Made Easy. And all of these have video tutorials or links to video tutorials in them. This is an intermediate book. I have Easy Beginner Blankets to Crochet. And these are all very much easy beginner. And it does progress though. So as you go through the book, by the time you reach the last 1 or 2 blankets, they do require a little more skill, excuse me, than the first couple blankets. But just to let you know that, because some people may not think that the basket weave is a beginner stitch, but I believe it is. So we can, I believe that in order to keep a person interested in the craft, that they need to grow in the craft, and I think they need to learn quickly. And I tend to believe that crocheters are smarter than the average bear. And I think that we are all capable of taking our skills to the next level, including someone who's a beginner. So that's why I tend to bump things up a little bit towards the end. And I have several copies of this to give away. This is 4 seasons of cable crochet throws. There are 6 highly texturized designs in this book, and one of them is not public on my YouTube channel, but most of the rest of them are. But it's just kind of nice to have the directions, and everything together in one place. I'm a written directions kind of a person. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open this up to not just the live people, but to whoever is going to be watching this over the weekend. So I'm going to leave this open, and all that you need to do is you need to send me an email at bonniebay@me.com. If you don't, you can put that in there for me, sweetheart. and just say enter me. That's all you have to do. And for those of you who are new and don't know the way I rock and roll, after the winners are selected, I will post that. I will post that both in the video description of this video as well as in the community section of my YouTube channel. And also to let you know, I don't take all these emails and then turn it into a spam mobile or something like that, or I don't turn them into turn over to a spam bot. But I do not keep them. I do not send them on. I don't do any of that. I respect your privacy. I want my privacy respected as well. So I mean, I understand all that stuff. So just to let you know, that's the way I roll. So if you want to be entered, I'm going to pick 10 names randomly. It's not the first 10 or any of that. I'm going to have my kids probably pick numbers out of a hat after I find out how many are total. And we're going to close this out on was it January 2nd is Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. So so the January 3rd is Monday. Is that right? Okay. So January 3rd, I will post the winners. So that way we all have time, people have time to watch the video and enter. If you are outside the US, I can send you these in the form of a PDF. I will not be able to send a physical book outside the country just due to the sheer cost of the postage. It's very, very expensive, or else I wouldn't mind doing that. So if you have any questions, let us know and we'll try to answer, but I'm done. That's all the instructions you need. So, oh yes, thank you. Thank you, Archer Nace. You are so faithful. So you pushed us up. I think we're up to what, $70? I will have to go check on last week, but I think that brings us up to about $70. So we're very close to another song. Thank you so much. And I did try to check on. Low battery. Can you go get me? No. I need you to go get me. I'll plug in so I can plug in.
Yeah.
I don't know why my phone is on low power mode. It was charged all night long, but sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Archer Nace. Thank you. And for those of you who don't know, whenever you give to the super chat, that will be gathered and will go to a charitable donation, either Shriners or Shriners Hospital for Children or Rancho 3M. And we just love doing that. And I'm going, and sometimes if I'm able, I try to double that, double the donation. And I'm going to try to do that in 2022 this year. You got it? Yay.
Where are we plugging in?
That is a very good question. There's a thing under the desk.
I'm not gonna reach that far.
Oh, you can pull the yellow thing out. Hold on a second. We're just operating in a new location, primarily because one of my administrators is kind of in quarantine right now, so we're just having to.
Can I unplug any of these?
Yes, you may. You can unplug any of those. Thank you, dear. All right, are we back in action? Okay, we're plugged in. So hopefully we won't go dead during the broadcast. Oh, thank you. My daughter Hannah says that Archer Nace, that you recommended our channel to a lady at Joanne's. Thank you. That's the only way we can grow, really. So anyway, if you ever donate, just say if you ever donate. I'm not soliciting donations per se, but if you ever feel inclined you want to do that, or if you want to just skip YouTube entirely, which I can understand, and you just want to donate directly to some of these organizations that I talk about, I have the video, the links in the video description below as well to Shriners, and I believe it's there for Rancho 3M, which is an orphanage that Becky and I both have visited. 2006, right? It's been a long time.
Coming up on what?
It's been what?
Ooh, 15 years?
15 years.
Ooh.
So we've been really kind of trying to support them for about that amount of time. Yeah. But this past year, together with your donations and whatever I can add to that when I can, we contributed around $1,000. So that's a lot. I think that's a lot. I know that doesn't shake the earth for a lot of people, but for me personally, thank you. Even just one person being affected by that donation is worth it. So thank you for for your generosity there. Um, and let's see. I think I'm caught up to where I'm supposed to be here. That's right. Okay, read Diane's message last. Okay, read. They all jumped again. That means I'm really behind, right? Where is it? Red Hook. I'm gonna need to back up. Yeah. I'm just a little bit off, guys. I did not sleep well last night, so I apologize. Yeah, I'm way behind. Oh, we got a lot of people in the chat. I may just have to. Okay, Red Hooked. She says, "Great news. My husband is home from the hospital and recovering from COVID. Thank you all for your prayers." That is very good news, Red Hook. Thank you. Thank God for that. We have Sandra. Hey, Sandra. And Ann Butler says, "Tuning in because why not? At work alone to just hold down the fort. Thank you for the company and Happy New Year to all." Oh, I understand that, Ann. I had to work during the time between Christmas and New Year's one year. I couldn't go home. It was really such a sad time. But I remember it was like, what was I doing there? Just kind of making sure we didn't have a gravity failure or something. I mean, nothing happened during that week. But anyway, was glad for the paycheck nonetheless. We have Aisha with us and Marilyn. Yeah, Marilyn's celebrating with Red Hook on that great news. And Nomina and and Brad's mom says hello to everybody from the almost sunny southwest Chicago suburbs. We have beautiful sun today. Rain all day yesterday, which was good because that allowed us to do our legally acquired fireworks with the children. Well, the children, the young adults, right? Did you have fun doing that?
Oh, yeah. I like blowing things up.
So they do. And for those of you who don't know, it's totally legal in South Carolina. And since we're outside the city, it's doubly legal, I guess, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah. We're outside the city.
Yeah, we're all good.
We're legal.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. I had no idea how much of a firebug my daughter-in-law, Christy, was. She enjoyed that. Anyway, we have Wynette wishing everybody a good morning and a happy new year. You too, Wynette. And Donna, Jay, and Harriet. Hey, Harriet, it's so good to see you. You always remind me of my mom whenever you post. And Aisha is from the Bronx in New York. Do you remember we got lost in the Bronx?
Got lost in the Bronx.
We took a wrong turn,
Yeah.
And then we ended up in front of there's Yankee Stadium. Like, how did we get here? Because we're trying to read the signs and go
one wrong turn and suddenly we're at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, Siri, get us out of here. Oh, that was fun. We were driving from a crochet conference. Yay! The last one we ever went to, 2019.
Gosh, it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long. Nothing has happened since 2019.
I don't know, a lot happened last year.
Well, a lot happened, but not in the way of conferences. We have Nancy Brewer and let's see, Carmen. Good afternoon, Carmen. And let's see, Rhonda, what's on the hook? That's a great name. She's happy to be here with y'all. Continued prayers, please. Okay. And accepted and says hello from Philly. And yeah, thank you for praying for Boulder, Colorado, Nancy. Yeah, things do not look good there today. And then Nancy says, rain in LA, wonders will never cease. Yeah. And let's see. Thank you for your well wishes, Sandra. And let me see. I just want to make sure I include everybody as much as possible. We have Mabel. She says, Happy New Year to all. I hope Hannah feels better soon. It is good to see Becky once again. Yes, it is. Yay. And we have Teresa Moorhead from a very cold and snowy Utah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Send me some snow. I want snow.
Yeah. We had snow in Maryland, but we missed it.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, in some parts.
We didn't have snow
It
in
wasn't-
Georgia.
It wasn't a lot, but some. And Tina says, Happy New Year to you. And let's see, Coffee Owl from Finland. Well, that's cool. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good New Year's Eve. Well, you guys might be ahead of us. They might be getting closer to it, right? Finland? They'd be closer to the date line.
I don't know.
Europe goes first, right?
Yeah,
I think they do.
Yeah.
They're ahead of us. And Melanie Lewis says, Hannah, Happy New Year. Hello and kiss Grandma for the New Year. Oh, that's so sweet. She's doing very well, by the way. And Ann Butler says she's south of Highland. Okay, they're talking about where they are in Chicago, I'm guessing. And Dibasmita, thank you very much for your well wishes. And well, let me see how am I doing here? Brenda Solomon. Wow, from how would you pronounce that? How would you pronounce that? Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. I wonder if that's like Pennsylvania Dutch.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. So, yeah, wow, that is an interesting name. It kind of reminds me of my, in a different way, reminds me of the name of my hometown in Florida, which is an Indian, a Native American Indian name, but if you look at the word, people always mess it up, but it's Hialeah, but you have to hear it to really know how to say it. And I think that's what I would need to do on Brenda's city there. That is really cool, though. Glad I don't have to write that on all my correspondence. And let's see, we have Ms. Condor, and let's see. Nancy says she's still in the dang hospital. I am so sorry to hear that, Nancy. You know, we had to, I don't think Hannah would mind, we've had to kind of quarantine Hannah a little bit, just until we get the results of a test back for her. And, you know, and that's doing it at home, and she feels much better now. But, yeah, we're just going through the protocol and everything. And that's been enough of a sacrifice for the whole family. I cannot imagine having to be in a hospital. So God bless you. I really hope you do get out of there soon, because hospitals are not the place to be right now. All right, and we have Diane says, I watch your tutorials often. Love the summer shawl. Well, that's great, Diane. Yeah, that's a really fun one. I think that's the beginner one that's really fun, and easy too. Thank you guys for your congrats. Thanks, Harriet. And let's see. Yeah, Jan says, hi, Becky and Bonnie. Standing in line to be tested for COVID. My sister is positive, and I was with her on Christmas Day. Keep my sister Amy and niece Tess in your prayers. Okay, Jan. We will try to do that. But the same prayer for us as well, because we're just waiting to find out about that COVID test to see if we've been exposed. But on the other hand, I mean, all of us have been vaccinated and boosted, so we're not too concerned. But it's just not something we really want to deal with, like everybody else. Yeah. Well, let me go ahead. Is there anybody? I'm just looking. Oh, we have Carol Clark. Hello, Carol. I haven't seen you in the chat yet, or at least today. So thank you for being there. And I just also wanted to mention, if Cynthia Dalton, if you are listening to the broadcast at all, if you could email me, I did want to just send you a little something to cheer you up from last week's chat. I still had you on my mind and just wanted you to know. So Cynthia Dalton, if you could send me an email, bonniebay@me.com, if you can, that would be great. All right, well, let me go ahead and show you some fun things. I know, like I said, I'm feeling a little off myself, but I think it's just from not sleeping. But I do want to show you some fun Christmas gifts I got. I got a lot of nice things. I'm not going to show you everything, but I got a really fun necklace from my daughter-in-law, and I don't even remember where some of these came from, so you can help me. I really don't. I got this really fun shirt. Isn't this cute? It says Feliz Navidad. I'm going to show you. It's a picture of a sheep wearing Christmas lights and a hat. Isn't that silly? That is so much fun. I could have worn that last week. Yeah, we did. Yeah, and look at the back. It's a St. Jude's. Yeah, It's another great organization. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Really, really, really another great organization. There are a bunch of great organizations out there. And I had forgotten that I had put this on my wish list. Was this from you?
Uh-huh.
It's
a much larger book than I thought it was going to be.
This is fantastic. This is not a cheap book. That's probably why I put it on my Christmas list. But Dolly Parton's songwriter it's so wonderful. Story.
What was it?
Songteller. Okay, Songteller is the name of the book. But it's just filled with stories of of some of my favorite songs that she sings, and pictures, and the one that I read a few weeks ago, it's called Try. And it just makes me cry every time I read the words to that thing. But here's a great picture of her. Very heavy book, but she tells a lot of her life story, and I love reading, autobiographical kind of books and things. I love reading when I can. But thank you. That's gonna be. I'll probably keep that in our bathroom upstairs.
Okay.
No, that's for probably where I get the most reading done. But anyway, I guess that was too much information. TMI. Okay, moving right along. I do have something that, and again, I'm not being pushy about this because I know not everybody is necessarily a Christian, and that I understand that. I live in the real world, but I have let me show it to you. I have a Bible reading guide, and let's see this. Okay, this is one I've only used a couple times. I have this Bible reading guide. It's put out by the Navigators, if you're familiar with that organization. Very good Christian organization. It's I know there's some shady things out there, but this is a good one, and it's called Discipleship Journal, Book at a Time Bible Reading Plan. And I've been using this. I mean, I've used Bible reading plans, all kinds, where you read the Bible through from beginning to the end in a year. It can be done, and it's not hard. And so what they do is they break it down to where you read maybe 2 to 3 chapters only, not books, just chapters a day, and also there are, let's see, only 28 assignments in the month. So except for February, that gives you, well, actually, that's not true. They give you more than that because you have 6 days of reading. Let me let you look at this. And then 1 day of reflection. So that kind of, in layman's terms, that gives you a day to catch up if you get behind at all. And if you get behind, so what? You just finish a little bit later. In fact, I actually started, instead of waiting until January 1st, I started reading through mine about 3-4 months ago because I had been doing something else for a while, and I decided I really missed reading more every day. So I went back onto this plan about 3 or 4 months ago. So I'm not even following it exactly according to the day and month. But if you're looking for a way to motivate and that is grace filled, I really, really think that you could take a look at this, and you can look in the video description below. There's nothing you have to sign up for. You don't have to give anybody information. You just go to that link and download it. It's a free download, a PDF. But when you print it out, there are 4 pages, so you might want to print, double-sided when you print that out, so that it's easier to read and keep track of. But anyway, I just wanted to give that a highlight.
I put the link
today.
in the chat.
You did? Okay. But it's also in the video description if you want to check that out. Um, again, it's something I've used years and years and years, and I have the one that I'm currently using. I've got like about 6 different sets of check marks, so I have to be careful where I am. But I just really like that if I have a day where it's just too rushed and I don't get a chance to do the reading, it really, I can catch up the next day, or I can just wait for that day of reflection and I can just catch up on that day. It's not a big deal. Doesn't make you feel guilty or anything like that. And that's not why I'm saying that. I just need to be reminded constantly of the truth because it's so easy to forget.
So what's new for crochet in 2022?
Ooh, what is new for crochet in 2022? Good question. Well, let me go ahead. Who said that? Oh, Sherry. Okay. Well, I've showed this to you before. This is the Liberty Shawl. This is one variation of it. I show 3 variations in the video. This will be coming out in 2022, sooner rather than later, probably within January or February. And it's one of these shawls that you can use any yarn you like. You can make it as big or as small. The stitches might be a little tougher to see because of the dark colors I chose, and I probably would have chose better, but I do have this in other variations. Let me see, there's one here. This is another version of it. And this is using a continuous changing yarn. And you can see the edging a little bit better. Yeah, that should go. You should put that on. That would go well with your. Boy, that would match your shirt perfectly. Be my model, one way or the other. Ooh, see there?
Is it right side out? Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't do like the publisher's doing something wrong side out. I'm not bitter. And let me show you. There's one that is coming out Monday, and I can show you only a picture because the original was sent to Emily. So let me go ahead, put that there. If I can show you. Can you see this? A lot of reflection. That is the Cushy cabled cowl. It's coming out. It's one of these that can be worn in a number of different ways. You can wear it as a scarf. You can, button it up, different ways. You can wear it as like a shoulder, like a light shoulder wrap. Originally, the yarn that I used for this design is beautifully milled 100% baby alpaca. And what is her name? It was by a lady in Daytona Beach, Florida, who works with Emily with Lamb Shop Kits. So there are going to be kits available at lambshopkits.com, but the yarn is going to be different, and this is why. A large shipment of this yarn that was prepared was ordered, and it was milled, and it was shipped to Emily, and it was lost in the mail. This woman, I'm talking hundreds of dollars of gorgeous yarn that I worked with. The box is missing in action. It has been lost, I think, I don't want to say who lost it because I could be wrong. I'm not sure what company or if it was the U.S. Postal Service. I really don't know. But it has been declared lost in shipment. So, Emily and her husband have been preparing, have been dyeing. So you can order kits from them. Use whatever yarn you prefer. I use DK weight yarn. I think it's approximately. I think it's just over 600 yards. But we can check the pattern on that. But the pattern will be coming out on Monday. Now, my watch subscribers, I'm going to do everything that I can to get that up on the channel and with the pattern. There might be a slight delay if I end up having to be quarantined because of COVID. if we find out that Hannah's been exposed, then I have to stay here. I'm not going to travel, and the video is on a different computer in another state, which I think we can get Dad to upload for us. But I mean, you know, it may be fine. They might be released at the same time and everything. But if I end up having to stay here, you know, to be a caretaker of Hannah, who's the caretaker of my mother-in-law. So I may have to stay behind. And so anyway, so if you're a watch subscriber, the pattern will be complimentary and will be coming ASAP. Actually, you know what? I could release the pattern even if the video isn't there, but we'll see. So just to let you know, the new year may be starting off with a little bit bumpy, but the Cushy cabled cowl is coming. And if you want to check out some of the beautiful hand-dyed yarns that Emily is going to have available at Lamb Shop Kits, you can just look at the link below or contact her. I don't know that this hasn't been released on her site yet, but it will be soon. So those are a couple new things. I have a brand new throw design, highly texturized. If you liked the Celtic mandala throw, I think you're gonna like this one, because this one is I really enjoyed doing this one, and it's embodies more color, and it's just a really fun project. So that is coming in 2022 in February. So we'll keep you busy when those months get really cold. So let me go ahead and do that. Am I still on?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. This is not good. But anyway, so that's what's new in 2022. And let's see. What time is it? 12:36. All right, and I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody that's new. Okay. What am I missing here? Yeah, everybody's talking about COVID tests now. All right. Well, I think, let's see, Tammy is here. Yeah, so, am I missing anything, hon?
I don't think so.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody in the chat. Oh, we have Mel's Kitchen. They're talking about the yarn, I guess, about the tragedy. Yeah, that is horrible. It's financial loss too. I hope I hope the lady who dyed the yarn, I mean who milled the yarn, I hope I would think she would have insured that, because I had some books lost that I sent to people from my Etsy store in the last couple weeks, and they were declared lost. They never reached their destination, and the post office doesn't know where they are, and so I have to resend. And then I asked, isn't it insured for a certain minimum? And they're like, nope, it's not insured. So I'm like, well, fiddlesticks, so everybody loses time and money on these things. But the next set that I sent was definitely insured at my expense, but it's just sad when that happens.
It seems like our signal's fuzzy for a lot of people.
Yeah, guys, I'm really sorry. I know this is a bad signal. It's very fuzzy here. I wonder if it's still on low power, or if
I don't think so.
no. Yeah, I apologize. Hopefully next week we'll be in a different place, but we'll see. Crochet Done My Way, Wanda. That's Wanda, our friend from the conferences. She says I have a package that was shipped to me from Germany. No idea where it is. That's painful.
Maybe it's just on the slow boat.
Yeah,
and it'll get there eventually.
Yeah. We have Carla Naturally. Is it me, or just does the screen seem really fuzzy?
Yeah,
we are not. Yeah, we are away from home, and that's the problem, Carla. We're away from home, and we miss our FiOS right now. we miss that. So, any suggestion? Okay, Diane says, any suggestion for a fingering weight infinity scarf pattern on your site. Absolutely, yes. There is the Celtic weave infinity scarf. It it looks kind of green. It's used a variegated hand dyed green color. And from my book Celtic Cable Crochet, the video is on my channel. And if you go to my playlist, if you go to the top of the screen on my page and you go hit playlist, and under those playlists you'll see one that'll say scarves, and I guess for scarves. And if you look in that list, there are many videos there, and you'll see a really pretty red-headed lady wearing a green cowl, which can be worn as a scarf, an infinity scarf, or a cowl. And I think you're going to enjoy that one. That's one of my favorites. That's the scarf that I wear, go to when it gets cold out. Wow, Crochet Done My Way. Wanda said a couple years ago I had ordered something from the UK. It was shipped. It finally showed up almost a year later.
It must have gotten stuck somewhere.
Got on that slow boat. Yeah.
Apparently we're now crisp.
No, we are. Wow. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but sorry about that. Cannot do anything more. And Janice says, here in the UK, if nothing shows up, you can put a compensation claim in. Yeah, you can do that a lot here too, Janet. It's just that certain classes of mail is excluded for some reason. So, and I ship a lot of things book rate because it's just better for me as a business, and it's a lot cheaper. For example, too, I went to UPS to try to ship 2 books in a padded envelope to somebody. Did I tell you how much it cost? They wanted me to pay $68.
Oh, that's right.
$68 to ship it to Virginia, and I'm like, no, it's just we're just shipping the package. I don't want to accompany the package. Just ship the package at $68, and I'm like, are you leaning on the scale? I mean, what's going on here? She's like, no, our rates went up, and I'm like,
well, they went up. They went through the roof.
Yeah, since that would cost me a lot out of pocket to do business that way, boy, I'd be out of business in a hurry. So anyway, so sometimes if you pay more, you can get it insured, but I didn't feel like paying $68 for books that were valued below that would have been wise. But anyway, and Cindy Lyman says, hello from North Carolina. Just heard you mention the infinity scarf. That's my favorite, with the popcorn scarf coming in a close second. Well, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, the popcorn scarf is fun. Although I used a worsted weight on that. So the person who was asking about the sock weight, fingering weight yarn, definitely check out the Celtic, the infinity scarf, the Celtic weave infinity scarf. Yeah, Janice says it's the case of I paid for a service and it should get there. I agree, but some things are not always the way we wish they were in this world. Arts a Mimostaros is there. Hola, buenos dias. I wish I could say thank you for joining us in Spanish. I'll have to work on that, but thank you for being there, and hope you're enjoying the translations. I need to work some more on that. And we have Sharon Archer. She says, first time in the chat, but been looking in when I can for a month or 2 now. Well, I'm so glad you could make it, Sharon. Thank you for your kind comments. I do think I remember seeing you comment in places, and as always, you guys are always so encouraging. And we have Sheila in the chat. Says, hi Bonnie, I first learned about you when I read an interview in Crochet World. Randy Cavalieri, she's a great gal, by the way, interviewed you. Randy was my crochet teacher. How cool. And Randy is living just like within an hour away from where I am now in the Carolinas. So I do look forward, once COVID comes to a close, getting together with Randy when I'm down here. She's a really sweet lady. That's really cool that you got to take classes with her. Tammy says she shipped 2 t-shirts and it was $8. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Congrats, Mom.
What's that? Okay. Oh, Linda says I received an empty box.
Mom.
with a letter from the post office saying they received an empty box for me. The guy told me the earrings were missing. I asked him how he knew earrings since the box wasn't marked. Ah, yep. And then there's the time I won't get into all of it, but we had a disaster with my first book with the shipping. It was UPS. Thank you, UPS. Was sent from my publisher to me, and this was after they photographed all the designs for my very first contemporary Celtic crochet book, which I used fibers, that like alpaca and wool and silk blends and stuff. And when the box arrived, it was obvious it had popped open somewhere, and then the stuff was just jammed in there, and it was taped, big fat tape, on top of the designs. Like I had that white inner sheer sweater wrap that's on the cover of the book, had tape just attached to all the fibers. And when I took it out, it had black wheel marks all over it. So let's just say that has never been the same since. It did wash out kind of, but it was just heartbreaking. So anyway,
What
but
the yarn is?
this yarn,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't know, it's in a cake, and it has the word paint in it. I'm trying to remember who made this. I really don't remember, but that information will be made available when the pattern releases. I could look it up real quick, but I think that would take a bit more time. If you want to email me, I can look it up and email you back. So if you want to email me, bonniebay@me.com, if you want to know specifically. It's coming back to me now. Painted lace. It's called painted lace. I think it might be Ella Ray, but I am not entirely sure. If you want to look up painted lace, it's a cotton, 100% cotton yarn, which is nice to have something that's cotton. Not you don't want to necessarily be wearing a lot of wool in the summertime. All right, this might be Spano. So yeah, it's not a paint box yarn. It's painted lace. It's not you might be able to get it from Love Crafts, but it's not their yarn. This is something outside of their company. But again, they may carry it because they do carry some other brands. And then Sharon says, I sent priority mail letter with an important document to my son in North Carolina, and the post office delivered just the front of the envelope, no contents. Well, you know what? What I did with the lady that I had to send the books again is I sent, because the problem is I think they had to hire extra people for the U.S. Postal Service for their area, and they're kind of new, and so they didn't know where things were, so they misdelivered it, and they never saw it again. It never made it to its original destination. And so what I did is I had no other way to send it, because that's the reason why I found out that it would cost $68 to send UPS, because I thought, oh well, I'll just send it through another carrier, and that's when I found out that it was like 30 times more expensive. So I ended up sending it again through the Postal Service, but I sent it with extra insurance, and I sent it with, I had to have a signature of the person that it's addressed to. So if there's something additional, it's like $2 or $3 extra. Of course, my profit is out the window on that entire thing, which I didn't worry about. But I was like, no, I want this person to get these books, because I want to keep my customers happy. But you can add, have them sign for it, and that way, and not an electronic signature. She asked, do you want to specify an electronic signature or a real signature? It's like, no, I want a real signature, so that the delivery person can't just type something in, if you know what I'm saying. So that's something you can always try going forward. And that's the thing I'm going to do going forward too, is I'm going to ask for signatures. If there's a problem with one, I'll ensure the next one and definitely, sign it so that I know the person got it. Sorry guys, this sounds like a lot of fussing here. I probably shouldn't be doing that. It's been one of those days. Um, oh, thank you, Melinda. Melinda says, I want to thank you for making these live streams and your videos. Thank you for your consistency and generosity with sharing so much of your crochet knowledge with us. Well, thank you, Melinda. That is really kind of you. This is my joy to do. I just didn't want the day to go by. I was contemplating maybe not doing it today, but I decided, no, this is important enough. And I just wanted to, I'm going to probably be wrapping up here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. We have, how would you say that? How would you say this? No. Naomi? Is it Naomi? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, sweetheart, if I'm not. It says, hello, first time here. Love the conversation. Importantly, love your patterns. Oh, thank you so much. And Deborah asked, do you ever crochet with cotton? Yes, this is cotton. Yeah, I like shawls for the summertime. You know, the kind that you wear when you go into the restaurants when they have the AC cranked to like 40 degrees and you freeze when you drink your Coke or your Pepsi like me. So I carry some, you can put a little like these. You can like ball these up. This is actually a larger one. You can ball these up and just stick them in your purse or something. And I have some thinner ones made with the cotton. Sometimes a nice cotton blanket, but generally shawls, and I like to use the worsted weight cotton for pot holders and dishcloths and things like that. Yeah, I really do like cotton. And sometimes you have cotton blends that are nice. You can make really nice baby blankets with those. Let's see. We have Holly for Kids says hello from Georgia.
Yep.
Yay! Somebody's going back to Georgia soon. And and Mimi is in the chat. Hey, Mimi. And yeah, well, I think I hopefully have tried to say hello to everybody. And oh, there's Denise. Hey, Denise, it's good to see you. And I just wanted to make sure I say hey to everybody. And if I miss you, I apologize. It's not intentional, but I did want to go ahead. Did you want to add anything? Or? No. Just
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Well, let me go ahead, and I wanted to read something from the good book before we go to kind of close out the year. This is one of my favorite verses, often used as a blessing, and just to say I look forward to seeing you next year. But this I'm going to be reading from the book of Jude, which is the book in the Bible right before Revelation. And this is the doxology starting in verse 24. Now to him who is able to keep you from stumbling and to present you blameless before the presence of his glory with great joy. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forever. Amen. It's one of my favorite verses in the Bible. I wish you a wonderful new year, and we will see you next year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hopefully in Maryland. God bless. Bye-bye.